Alright, so in this video I wanted to talk about LangChain agents, and this video is part of the LangChain Crash Course series in this YouTube channel's playlist, right? So let's talk about what this LangChain agent is. So if you are following this playlist of LangChain Crash Course, so we have talked about so many things like input-output parser, what is LLM chain, then we also talked about how we can build RAG system. An agent basically works on top of all this. Yes, it uses all these functionalities and does certain actions which the LLM is desired to do. Right now, let's talk about in detail what agent is. Right. So basically, an agent has access to certain tools, and using those tools, it tries to perform certain actions, and which will kind of give you the desired output, right? So given a task, agent can reason which tools are appropriate to use and complete the task. So given a task, agent will basically select the best optimal tool to get the optimal result for that particular task, and that is basically the work that agent tries to do, right? So agent completes this task based on this concept of react, which is nothing but reasoning and acting, right? So with this concept of reasoning and acting, it can help LLM to reason about a task and perform correct actions based on the observations, right? So what are these actions, observations, what we are talking about in this slide? That will I will explain in the next slide in very much in detail, and we will try to see like how this flow is actually is. But generally you need to remember that agent has access to a lot of tools, and using those tools, it will, with its own intelligence, it will try to pick and choose the correct tool and to get you the desired output, right? Now let's try to visualize this process of performing an action, then it's generating an observation, and how this whole process looks like, right? So at first a prompt or a question comes, so that question or prompt goes to the agent, and based on this prompt or the question, the agent kind of decides which action to take, right? And that action will be taken by the tools, right? So in a way the agent is kind of selecting the proper tool based on the tools that are available for that agent, and it will select that tool, and that tool will perform that action, and it will also kind of generate an observation, right? So based on that observation, what the agent can do, it can perform again, it will select a tool, and then that tool will again produce an observation, and this process can go on multiple times, right? Until and unless the desired output is produced, right? So once the agent thinks that now we have the desired output by using this all this tools that are available, then the agent will kind of produce the results or the desired output as an output from the agent, right? So I hope you got an understanding how the agent is working. So at first a question or a prompt comes to the agent, then agent kind of selects a particular tool to perform that action. Once the action is done, then it will produce an observation, and based on that observation, agent can again perform a task by selecting a tool, and again this process can go on until and unless the agent thinks that it has finally produced the desired output, the final output, right? So with this, let's try to build some agents, and also we will also go through how to build a custom agent or custom tool using LangChain, right? Let's get our hands dirty and move to the coding part. Okay, now let's move into the coding part, where we will try to build certain agents. We will try to use the LangChain agents, and also we will build a custom tool using this concept of agent, right? So first of all, I am doing certain installations which are required. Then I am initializing the agent related imports, which are I am from langchain.agents, I am importing load tools, initialize agent, and the agent type, right? So this agent works in tandem with a LLM, right? So that's why I'm kind of importing an LLM here. I'm using Google Palm 2 as the LLM here. Then I am loading a tool, right? So this is a single tool which I am using here, LLM math, which is nothing but calculator. So that tool I will use, and while loading these tools, along with the tool I am also passing the LLM as one of the parameter of this load tools, right? So once that is done, then I'm checking what are the different types of agent are there, right? So the one which we will use is the zero shot React description. So that is basically the thing which I previously described, like given a prompt or a question, the agent will select a particular tool. That tool will perform the desired action, and that action will kind of generate an observation, and based on that the sequence of events can go on until and unless the desired output is produced, right? And this is like zero shot, so we are not giving any examples, that's why it's zero shot example, zero shot React description, the agent type we will use. Now I am creating an agent. So using this initialize agent, I am passing the tools that I have previously imported, and also I am passing the LLM, and also I am mentioning that the agent type which we are using is zero shot React description, and then I'm mentioning that verbose equals to true, because we want to see the what are the different steps the agent is kind of taking to perform certain actions, right? Then I'm kind of interacting with the agent. So I'm passing a question like what is 365 times 70, right? So basically I'm asking the agent to multiply 365 with 70, right? So you can see that using the LLM tool, or which is like LLM math, using that calculator, it's performing that multiplication operation and it's giving you the final result, right? So this is just to give you a basic understanding how the agent generally works and how you can initialize different steps to create an agent, right? So I also manually verified the result by multiplying it, and the results are matching, right? Now let's make it more complex, right? Now we can add multiple tools to the agent, which is like Wikipedia along with LLM math tool, right? So for that you need to install the Wikipedia, the pip install Wikipedia. So after you install that, then you can create the tools using this load tool or load tools function. So there we are kind of passing a list as a parameter, where we are mentioning that Wikipedia and LLM math are the tools which we want to use for this particular interaction with the agent, right? Then we are also mentioning what is the LLM we will use. Then we are initializing the agent, right? And we are also mentioning here that return intermediate steps equals to true, which will kind of tell you like what are the intermediate steps that are going on and how the agent is kind of trying to solve the task which we are asking the agent to do, right? Then we are like creating a prompt. So in that prompt I am asking a question, how many runs Sachin Tendulkar scored, and also I'm giving another question like how many ODI hundreds he has scored. Along with that I am also asking return the runs multiplied by 1.5, right? So there are three questions basically I am asking. First of all I am asking the how many runs Sachin has scored. Then I'm asking what are the ODI total 100 scored by Sachin, and also in the end I'm asking the final output to be runs multiplied by 1.5, right? So I am just using a std out callback handler, which will kind of give you the detailed steps the agent is kind of taking to perform this action, right? So after that, like I am passing this prompt and also passing the callbacks. Now we are kind of running this interactions, right? So you can see it's entering new agent executor chain and it's kind of following the certain steps, right? So it's entering new LLM chain, then it's like formatting the prompt, and it tries to understand what are the tools that are currently available, like the Wikipedia and the calculator, and based on that it will try to answer the questions, and it will also pick and choose the correct tools based on the action it is trying to do, right? So you can see all these descriptions, like it's going to the Wikipedia page, and it's selecting based on that page. It will try to get the results which are related to the question, and once it fetches that the runs and the 100 scored by Sachin, then it will try to do the other operations using the math tool, right? So you can see here the action output is kind of the multiplication of total runs code by 1.5, right? So all these operations are going on, and in the end, if you just go down, you will see the desired output which we have asked LLM to do, right? So you can see like the action output is also showing you like the 49 ODI hundreds that Sachin has scored, that is multiplied by 1.5. The answer is 73.5. Previously also it's multiplying the total run multiplied by 1.5, and all this like action, thoughts and observations are going on behind the scene to give you the final answer, right? And once you see that I know the final answer, that is kind of the end of uh, all this chaining process or the agent execution process, right? Then it will give you the final answer, which is total runs multiplied by 1.5, right? So I hope you got an understanding how this whole operations are going on. So by looking at this output and trying to understand what basically it's doing, that will kind of give you the more understanding of how the agent is performing, right? So after that we will try to create a custom tool. So custom tool is like where we will import like LangChain.agents import tool. So here we will kind of write our own function, so that function will kind of return certain value, and that function we will try to convert it as a custom tool, and that tool we will add as a in the load tool methods, and based on that it will try to perform certain actions, right? So let's first see what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to ask the agent who is the best ODI batsman, right? And you can see it's going into the Wikipedia page, and then it's trying to find out the best ODI batsman. First it's looking at the page of Babar Azam, then the Virat Kohli, uh, and in the end it is telling you that the final answer is Virat Kohli, right? So being a Sachin Tendulkar fan, because I'm a big Sachin Tendulkar fan, and also I think like he is one of the best ODI batsmen. And another funny thing is that I also share my birthday with Sachin Tendulkar, so I kind of think that Sachin is kind of the best ODI batsman. So I'm kind of creating a function which will return the answer as Sachin Tendulkar. So I'm naming this function as best ODI batsman, which will also return a string, and this doc string which I am mentioning right here, the returns the name of the best ODI batsman of all time, right? So actually the agent will use this doc string to select any custom tool, right? Based on the question it will try to see that doc string, and if it sees that this doc string is telling us that this tool is kind of the best optimized tool to perform this action, then it will select that tool, right? And we have to make it as a decorator also, like I'm mentioning at the red tool there. So now if you just look at the tools, we have the Wikipedia tool, then we have the calculator tool, and in the best ODI batsman tool, or the function, the custom tool that we have created to this tools list. And now we can see we will in the end we will have this function which is the best ODI batsman, right? Now if we are asking that the same question with this custom tool kind of appended to the existing tools, it will give you that particular result which I desired for. Like so it is telling you the best ODI batsman is Sachin Tendulkar, right? So I just wanted to show you how to create a custom tool and add then again you can create that tool to the agent toolbox. So this custom tool can be API call or any complex operations for your project, right? So based on that you can design that tool, and you can like add back that tool with a proper doc string. So that doc string is very important. Based on that the agent kind of selects the particular tool based on this doc string, right? So with that I will try to end this video now. This is already a long video, so I hope you got an understanding of what agent is, how you can create your own custom tool, then you can add back to the agent toolbox, and how the agent works with the help of React mechanism, right? So with this I will end this video. I hope you like this. If you haven't subscribed this channel, please subscribe and also like this video and share with your friends. Thank you. See you in the next video.